So I'm here with Fay Morrice, and obviously you're running for DoSDA.
Yes.
Unopposed as well.
Yep.
Second year in a row that DoSDA's been unopposed. Got any ideas why that might be the case?
I've really been trying to think about it, and like with Kelsey, I was like, oh, she's a really strong candidate, so like maybe people were just like frightened to kind of jump in there. But I mean, for me, like it's honestly the most exciting position. So I wanted to be opposed. I wanted to kind of prove myself to someone else, but no one appeared. So
I mean, you have got a fair amount of experience. You're on the SRC, and
yep.
you work with mermaids.
Yes.
Do you just want to go through?
Yeah. So in my third year, I was on the Mermaids Committee as the social convener at that point, which basically meant organising the Mermaids Christmas Ball, and I did that alone. So it was kind of a big chunk of time and energy, and I know how to do pretty much everything with events now, like that. And this year I'm the SRC member for Students with Disabilities. So I sit on the SRC, obviously, and vote on the kind of motions that are brought to us, and also do all the disability stuff which comes my way. So outside companies email and kind of say, can you get our word out to students, like we've got this great opportunity, or they want help from students, so work kind of with student services and that a bit as well, so that they can, because they have all that information which is pretty classified, so they have a mailing list and it can go out via them. And I organised the question time with debates, which was absolutely brilliant. We had an MP, an MSP, we had the Royal National Institute from the Blind, chairman, just loads of really great people, and it was just a really informative and brilliant evening.
So you haven't had much experience though with the SSC. Do you think that might be a bit of a disadvantage?
I have like really good working relationships with all of the subcommittees. Really, I've kind of got a finger in all of those pies in various ways. Like I've worked with debates, I worked with mermaids, I've got a star show, so I kind of know how they're working. There's obviously much more in Music is Love, and yes, obviously, like I've not sat on the SSC, but we have had joint meetings, so we've shared kind of motions. It's been joint motions, so I've seen how they work, and I will obviously jump right in and also talk to all of the previous SSC kind of heads, presidents. They've all got different names, conveners, so they're not going to get ignored.
So obviously your predecessor is Kelsey, and I think most people would agree she's done a really good job with it. Is there anything that you do differently from her?
Well, she says, I said this before, she thinks that the development side of the jobs comes through a really strong activities programme, which I do agree with, absolutely, but I had a meeting with KPOD and they have so much to offer that's just kind of untapped at the moment, and that's partly just because they've just been setting up. They've only been around for kind of three years really, and they've got a new student development head at the moment, so they're kind of still in their infancy, but there's a lot that can be done there. Their marketing could be improved. I'd really like to get the word out kind of in different means, over Facebook, maybe like a bi-monthly email or something, to improve their kind of, what's the word? Involvement. Yeah. And I think the societies training that Kelsey introduced this year could really be helped by KPOD as well, because they've got the resources to run specific sessions for each of those positions, so like secretary sessions, treasurer sessions, so that they get...
Would those be compulsory?
I think just recommended, because they would still have to go to I would still want to run that special societies training, but then we would offer the go to KPOD with all of the other secretaries, from all the other societies, possibly in more than one group, because there'd be a lot of them. But I really think they could benefit from that if people haven't had the experience.
All the SABs in the next year, they're going to have a major problem with the redevelopment.
Yes.
How, particularly you, because there's loss of the top floor and things.
Yeah.
How are you going to deal with that with society space?
So I've spoken to Kelsey about this. It's obviously already been a problem this year. The university have actually been really great help, and I hope that will continue. They need to be a good help. They're hopefully opening up the new arts building for room space, which should alleviate some of the problems, and there could be better use of the Mansfield building, schools 1, 2 and 3, It's really just about kind of managing where people go, I think. Appropriately allocating people. Knitting Society don't need, somewhere to be really loud. I mean, maybe they do. Maybe Knitting Society wants to be really, really loud. But, there's societies that probably just want to be in a quiet space. They just need to be somewhere. But then Mermaids, for instance, needs to be loud and jump about. So I think it's just about allocation. The spaces are there. I mean, it's going to be really tight. There's no way around that. It's tight, but working with timetabling, we'll just squeeze everyone in.
And then the final part of your manifesto talks about being accessible and being able to, having open office hours and things. Do you want to go through?
Yeah. I realise that saying accessible is quite vague, but to me it was just clear because having that open door, you're in an office, and if you're not in that office, putting a thing up on the door saying, I'm in a meeting, I'll be back here, or like a way to contact, send an email. And I'm always on Facebook, and I just kind of forget that people don't know that about me. So I would hope to really continue like SAB Facebook page, a personal like DoSDA page. I can imagine updating that a lot. And yeah, Open Door, Facebook, there's the union pages that I don't know if they're really viewed that often, but they could maybe be kind of encouraged, just a wee reminder on the SAB email that goes out saying, remember our union pages, lots of great information there. And meeting, having meetings, drop-in sessions with societies, subcommittees, continuing that. And
so, I mean, do you really think that you're going to get ROND? Is there any possibility of that?
I just you can't be complacent, obviously the possibility's there and people are like, oh, congratulations, and that's really nice, but it's not in the bag at all. And I want people to vote for me because they think I'm the best candidate, and obviously against Ron you hope that is the case, but I would hope that whoever I was against, I would still be the best person going for it. So I will still be out there. Yeah, I'm got my stickers at the ready. Love a good sticker. Yeah.
Well, Fay Morrice, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.